Hello. Checking to see if it's actually live. Yep, we are live. So, today I want to talk about USDA loans and, more pros than cons, but I had, a few people ask me, about it or some benefits to purchasing a home, but with zero money down. And this doesn't work for everyone. But if you're looking to purchase a home and you need some help, this is a pretty awesome thing because you save money up front. So definitely, a big pro about it is, of course, zero money down. So, do keep in mind that zero money down means a little bit higher payments, but it's easier to purchase a home with zero money down than it is, having to put it up 20% down. And you don't need to have 20% down to purchase a home, but of course, that's the stigma that's out there. But having a zero down payment option is very beneficial, especially for first-time home buyers. The con about the USDA loan is it does have restrictions, and I'll be getting a little bit into that restriction as I'm going to show you how you could find that map. If you want to find out where you can go is just Google USDA eligibility map, and right there where it says eligibility, click on that and accept. It's going to say property eligibility, and you could see a little bit more information about what's available and what's not available. If you can see the whole Central Florida area, what's covered in like this pinkish peach color is what's considered non-eligible. So if you were to buy a house somewhere inside of this area or this area, it's not going to be eligible for the USDA loan because probably mostly because it's at an area that there's over 20% of the population there. There's over 20,000 people in that area. And it kind of brings me to where I live here in Lake Wells, where as of now, you can see the population. They talk about as of last summer, it says it's about 16,500. So we're about 3,500 away from becoming like Bartow, which I was totally blown away by that because I thought Bartow would be a lot more of a country or city that doesn't have so many people like Lake Wells does, but they're at a higher population than we are. But let's go back to this if my computer doesn't freeze over. And okay. I guess I closed out on that. So let's talk a little bit about the pros about this, and who it requires to. So yeah, it does give you low income. It does give you a lower monthly payments, but for you to be qualified for this is you have to have your credit worthy at least above 640 credit score. You do have to be considered a U.S. citizen or permanent resident. So, that's definitely going to be a requirement. But the debt to income ratio, I'm going to make a whole different video on explaining this and how you could calculate this. But this is a really very important that's needed to be considered eligible for the USDA loan. And then, so this is going to be a little bit talking about 29% of your income debt would have to go to like property taxes, loan, HOA, loan and loans, and your back taxes or the 41% would have to be the other home expenses, credit cards, student loan debt. So you would look at that percentage ratio. So if whatever you're making monthly, let's pretend it's $5,000 or $1,000 monthly, 41% of it would be of this, and then 29% of it would be of this. And that could kind of tell you how much you could get. And then employment, here's a huge thing. Many places are requiring at least 24 months of employment. And then the income, usually if you could afford a down of like a 20% loan, a 20% down loan, you're not going to qualify for this. But if you go to an area where, like it says, they're making about $50,000 a year, you can make up to 115% of that, which would give you like about 47%. On Lake Wells, just giving you an example, it's saying pretty much their household income is I guess 43 to thousand. So you could make the max is 115% of that. So it'd be definitely be a little bit lower than the 57,000. And then the loan limits is it's not going to be for investment property. It's not going to be for huge like $1 million homes. It's definitely going to be for pretty much a decent basic family home. Now, the geographic area is kind of like what I was talking about earlier about the interactive places. So to be about anywhere like Highland County, pretty much everywhere in Highland County you could move to. But it's going to be depending on the area, and as I talked about, let me go back to it, where it talks about cities that are less than 20,000 people would be considered a USDA, and this must be your primary residence. So this is not going to be something if it's going to be an investment home or a second home or rent a property, investment property in any sort. This is not the type of loan for you. This is meant to be a primary residence home. It's not to make money off of. And then also right here is talking about the property standards. This one's going to have to be like the house needs to be pretty much a good structure. It's not something, it has to be move-in ready. Not something that has a bunch of holes in it, is missing, the bathroom is completely gutted, stuff like that. It's not going to be for a house like that. Even though you possibly may be a handyman and someone who could fix the house, this type of loan is not going to be considered for that. So, and also it's mainly for single family homes. So if you're looking for something like investment, mind you, this may not be for it. I probably won't go for a townhome or condominium, so keep in mind about that. And always check with your lender if it'll be available for manufactured homes, because I've seen it happen. I've done one for a manufactured home, so it hasn't. I know it does work out there for it. But going back to the geographic, now we're out searching homes. If you go to my website here, it's at luis.centralfloridapads.com. You could pretty much search an area. Now let's do like Lake Wells. And you can see the houses in this area. And as we know, let's pick this one. This one just popped up in the market. Looks pretty nice. 160,000, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. You could easily get this address, put it here, go back to the eligibility website, type the address in, and when you go there, it's going to say, yes, this address is located in an eligible area. So that's what I like to do, especially if you want to do something like, Lake Wells, you have the ease to know all of Lake Wells is, but let's say you were moving out towards, somewhere between Bartow and Lakeland. You definitely want to check and see, what areas, or, these areas that are closer to Haines City and Davenport, you want to make sure these homes around here, like if you're buying a house that's really close to that area, Winter Haven, you want to double check and see if that home is available. And yeah, that's about it. So that's a good way for you to do your homework, and you could find out, like, especially here in Claremont. I know a lot of people love to move to Claremont, but there's many areas just outside of Claremont that you could live in. These are, down on 33. Here's 33, but back on these roads, there's tons of beautiful houses out here, and it's really close to Claremont. But you can get, houses that are USDA approved. Out here in Mount Verde is beautiful area, but these, places are really beautiful and they're USDA approved, whereas Winter Garden, Claremont, and most of Apopka is not USDA approved at all. So, thank you for watching. Definitely get a chance to go on right here where it says CentralFloridaPads.com so you can check for homes. Thank you, and you have a good day.